Your body is not done becoming stronger. Your energy is not finished rising. And your masculinity, your vitality still has levels you haven't even touched. Every man has moments when he feels disconnected from his power. But there are also moments when a single shift can spark a complete transformation. Today, I want to awaken that shift in you. I want you to walk out of this moment with a newfound fire in your mind, a deeper belief in your body, and a renewed trust in your ability to rebuild what life has worn down. Now listen closely, because what I'm about to share is not just about adding something to your water. It's about redefining how you show up for your health, your strength, and your future. The essential oil here is more than a liquid. It is a symbol of intention, of daily discipline, of choosing yourself, even when life pulls you in every direction. When you mix something purposeful into something as ordinary as water, you send a message to your brain. I am rebuilding myself, starting right now. When men talk about testosterone, they often think only of numbers on a lab report. But real vitality, real masculine drive starts in the mind, the habits, and the quiet choices you make when no one is watching, the small rituals you perform before bed, the thoughts you feed yourself at dawn, the way you breathe, move, sleep, and nourish the body that carries you through every challenge. So yes, take your water, add that calming, safe essential oil aroma, breathe it in, and let it become a nightly reminder that you are investing in yourself. But understand this clearly, the true activation doesn't come from a bottle, it comes from commitment. It comes from consistency. It comes from finally deciding that your health is not something you postpone until tomorrow, it is something you elevate tonight. Feel that? That slight spark in your chest? That's the beginning. That's the awareness returning. Because your body is always listening. Your hormones are listening. Your mind is listening. Every decision you make signals whether you're rising or staying the same. And the moment you choose routines that calm your stress, enhance your sleep, nourish your system, and center your focus, you unlock the natural strength already coded inside you. Imagine waking up tomorrow with your shoulders a little broader, your breathing a little deeper, your self-respect a little stronger. Imagine looking at yourself in the mirror and knowing, I changed something, and that change is changing me back. That is the power of commitment. That is the power of deciding to show up for yourself, even in the smallest ways. So tonight, when you prepare that glass of water, don't just add something to it, add intention, add belief. Add discipline. Allow it to become a mental cue that says, I am taking control of my health, my energy, my masculinity, and my future. Because once you activate your mind, your body follows. And remember this, transformation doesn't start big. It starts small, subtle, quiet. But it grows into something unstoppable when you honor it repeatedly. Now take that step. Start that ritual. Send your body the message it has been waiting to hear. It's time to rise, rebuild, and reclaim your strongest, most powerful self. Your body responds to your decisions, not your doubts. And this truth is more powerful than most people ever realize. Every time you choose action over hesitation, you send a direct message to your mind and body that you are ready for change. Doubt may whisper that you're too tired, too busy, or too late to make a difference. But your body doesn't follow doubt, it follows direction. It listens to what you continually choose. When you stand in front of your nighttime routine, when you reach for that glass of water with intention, you are doing more than preparing for rest. You are signaling to yourself that you are done waiting for the perfect moment and that you are stepping into your transformation right now. Even if your confidence feels low, even if your energy isn't where you want it to be, the decision to take action becomes the spark that starts rebuilding your internal strength. Your body was designed to adapt, to heal, to grow, and to respond to what you consistently give it. Think about this. Every positive action you take becomes a form of communication with your system. When you choose nourishment over neglect, when you choose routines that calm your mind, when you deliberately prepare your body for restoration, you are telling your internal chemistry that it's time to shift. This is how change begins, not through force, but through signals and patterns repeated over time. You don't need perfection. You don't need to overhaul your entire life in one day. What you need is a single moment of choosing action, again and again, until your body starts aligning with that direction. Most men underestimate this connection. They think change requires massive effort, strict discipline, or dramatic routines, but the truth is far simpler and far more empowering. Your body responds to the choices you make daily, small, intentional, steady choices. Even the smallest act done consistently holds more power than the biggest plan never acted upon. When you choose to begin a calming, purposeful nightly ritual, it's not about the complexity of the action, it's about the meaning behind it. You are choosing clarity over chaos, intention over autopilot, and purpose over passivity. The moment you make that choice, Tao loses a portion of its power. Because Tao thrives in inaction, but it weakens every time you take a step forward. Action builds belief. People think belief must come first, but that is backwards. Confidence grows because you act, not the other way around. Each time you show up for yourself, your mind registers that you are someone who follows through. Your body responds by giving you more energy, more focus, more inner stability. Even if the action feels small, it is never insignificant. Action is the fuel of transformation. Your doubts may still be there in the background, but they become quieter as your consistency becomes louder. Over time, your decisions reshape you far more than any fear or hesitation ever could. And here is the beautiful part. Your body wants to support you. It wants to regain balance. It wants to rise into strength. It wants to rebuild the energy, clarity, and drive that stress, aging, or routine may have dulled. But it can only respond to the signals you choose to send. Every intentional action becomes a message. Every nightly ritual becomes a cue. Every decision to care for your well-being becomes a declaration that you are taking ownership of your journey. Doubts may knock, but they cannot overpower a man who keeps choosing action. Each step you take, no matter how small, becomes proof that you are moving forward, and your body listens, adapts, and begins aligning with the strength you are reclaiming. Big change does not require big effort. It requires consistent effort, repeated with intention, and this is where the true power of small daily habits begins to reveal itself. So many people wait for the perfect moment, the perfect schedule, the perfect motivation, the perfect energy level before they decide to take action. But transformation rarely shows up in dramatic, cinematic moments. It grows quietly, in the routines you choose in silence, in the moments when no one is watching, and in the small choices you make every single day. When you create a simple nighttime ritual, when you take that moment to mix something beneficial into your water, inhale deeply, and settle your mind, you're building more than a habit. You're building a foundation that your body can rely on. Every powerful transformation you ever seen began with small acts. Tiny shifts, subtle improvements. A man doesn't regain his strength because he wakes up one day and decides to turn his life upside down. He regains his strength because he commits to a few small rituals that he can repeat consistently, even on the days when motivation is low. These small habits send signals throughout the entire body, signals that calm the nervous system, lower stress, prepare the mind for deep rest, and create the internal environment where hormonal balance can flourish. Think of it like lighting a candle in a dark room. One small flame doesn't seem like much at first, but gradually it illuminates everything around it. What makes small habits so powerful is that they bypass resistance. They are easy to start, easy to maintain, easy to repeat. And with each repetition, they carve deeper pathways in your mind and body. The mind begins to recognize this ritual as a cue for peace. The body begins associating it with recovery. Your stress levels begin to drop more quickly at night. Your sleep quality improves. Your morning energy becomes more stable. Over time, these tiny adjustments create a noticeable shift in the way your entire system operates. This is how momentum is built, not through intensity, but through consistency. Most men underestimate the cumulative effect of small habits because they expect instant results. But the body is a long-term machine. It thrives on patterns, not sporadic effort. The habit you perform quietly before bed becomes a signal your body learns to anticipate. It becomes part of a rhythm, a cycle that helps your hormones regulate, your mind unwind, and your internal chemistry stabilize. What begins as a small glass of water mixed with intention transforms into a powerful trigger for your body to reset and recharge. Over time, this small act becomes a cornerstone of your nightly renewal. And the best part is that once momentum takes hold, it becomes self-sustaining. When your body begins feeling better, you naturally want to do better. When your energy rises, you begin showing up stronger throughout the day. When your mind is clearer, you make better decisions. Those decisions lead to better outcomes, and those outcomes strengthen your commitment to the habits that got you there. It becomes a loop of improvement, each cycle reinforcing the next. Small habits may look insignificant from the outside, but internally, they are creating waves. They are influencing your stress response, your sleep cycles, your mental clarity, and your emotional resilience. They are shaping your routine, your mindset, and your identity. And slowly, they transform you into someone who no longer chases motivation because discipline has become your natural state. Every small action becomes a whisper to your body. Keep growing, keep balancing, keep strengthening, keep moving forward. Your future strength depends entirely on what you commit to today. And this is a truth that becomes more powerful the moment you fully embrace it. So many men wait for a better time, a quieter week, a free weekend, a moment when life feels lighter to finally take control of their health, their energy, and their personal power. But that perfect moment never arrives on its own. The future version of you, the stronger, more focused, more energized version can only exist if you begin shaping him right now, in this very moment, with the choices you make and the habits you commit to. Every decision you take today becomes the building block of the man you meet tomorrow. Your body is constantly responding, adapting, and adjusting to the signals you send. When you choose to show up for yourself, even through simple nightly rituals or consistent acts of self-care, you are essentially casting a vote for the future you want to build. You are deciding that your health matters, that your energy matters, that your strength matters. This commitment, repeated over time, becomes the architecture of your future. It creates the internal environment where vitality grows, where balance returns, and where fatigue and discouragement begin to fade. Your future doesn't change because of one massive decision. It changes because of hundreds of small commitments you honor again and again. Most men underestimate the value of these commitments because they look small on the surface. Drinking water with intention before bed, creating a calming nighttime routine, making space for your mind to settle. These actions don't look heroic or dramatic, but their effect is profound. Your body interprets these consistent signals as a cue to repair, to strengthen, to restore what daily stress breaks down. The choices you make today become the momentum that carries you into the version of yourself you want to become. Momentum doesn't appear out of nowhere. It's earned through consistency. There comes a moment in every man's life when he realizes that waiting is costing him more than acting ever will. Waiting drains energy. Waiting weakens discipline. Waiting signals to the body that there is no direction, no purpose, no chosen path. But commitment, especially the kind of commitment you make quietly to yourself, activates something deep within. It awakens the systems in your body that thrive on routine, on predictability, on steady improvement. When you commit today, even in a small way, you set your future self up for strength, clarity, and vitality. And commitment is not about intensity. It's about identity. Every time you make a disciplined choice, you reinforce the identity of a man who takes care of himself, a man who follows through, a man who rises even when life feels heavy. These choices begin to stack. The man who commits becomes the man who grows. The man who grows becomes the man who transforms. And the man who transforms becomes the man who inspires others simply by the way he carries himself. Your future strength is already inside you, waiting to be activated by the decisions you make today. That nightly ritual becomes a signal of respect for your body, your goals, and your future. That simple act of preparation becomes a promise to yourself that tomorrow will not be a repeat of yesterday. When you commit today, you give your body permission to rebuild. You give your mind permission to reset. You give your life permission to shift. And every day you remain committed, that shift becomes stronger, more noticeable, more undeniable. The future version of you is not shaped by chance, he is shaped by choice. By commitment. By the actions you take today, even the smallest ones. Your body listens, your mind listens, your future listens. And every commitment you honor becomes the foundation of the strength, stability, and power you're stepping into.